So it'll be a legendary $100 pack, and the bonus, there's always a little bonus, right? It's gonna be a GG emote.
Oh, nice.
Dude, that'll make everybody buy it, dude. That's crazy. Yeah.
I think
That's it.
just more
That's the start of
versatile
emotes
than
right there.
emotes would just be like you could just chat with them. I don't see why you guys like why Choka and Victor.
No,
like
I don't know about chatting, dude. I don't know about chatting. That can have its PR issues, to be honest.
No.
But
Oh,
emotes,
hey, man. I like you. How did you proc so many times in a match? Let me chat with you. So it was 15 procs, and I didn't proc not even once? Well, that's awesome. Good chatting with you, bro. You're the best player in the game. Fuck out of here, man. What are you talking about? I'm not going to have somebody that love stack me.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another video here today, another podcast. As you can tell, my neighbors are doing construction. So, because of that, I will be muting my mic as the conversation's going on, and I will unmute when I guess it's a good time for me to come in or if I want to say something. So, I do apologize for any of the background noise that you guys experienced through this podcast today. But welcome, everybody. We got Thompson back. We got Lucky back again this week. We got Invictus. It's been a while since we've seen you, man. Yeah, good to see you today, Invictus, as well as
thanks for having me.
yeah, good to have you, man. As well as a brand new face, somebody that I've seen multiple times, IRL. Yeah, he streams as well in the community. Chokamu. What up, man?
La gente. Oi.
What up? Good to see you today, man. We always have everybody do a little like intro of them. Feel free to intro us. Tell us like about yourself, like that you stream and whatnot, and let us know like what your favorite unit is. I don't know. Go to intro yourself real quick.
Go ahead. Who wants to start? I guess me for a
No,
moment.
Just you, because you're the new face. You're
Me?
the newbie.
Okay. Well, my name is Chokamu. Real name is John. Regular. That's regular John. I own a small business. I do. I'm always smoking hookahs.
whoa, Chokamu, not that in detail, man. You like long walks at the beach. You know, you're married. You don't need all that. Just like a brief, you know.
No. If you want to share, if you want to share,
I am
that's
not
cool.
a sore loser, but I love competing against people. I'm
Perfect.
very passionate and I'm very dedicated. So that's me right there.
I like that. Okay, cool.
I like it too.
All right, let's get into today's podcast then, and let's just get right into it here. Topic number 1. RTA season is in full swing. I would say it's like, what, halfway through the season, almost halfway through the season, so we're in full swing. What are your thoughts on this season? I've been hearing some people say this is the hardest season. I'm having some people say that this season is like kind of different from other seasons. There's more LD users. Like, let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about RTA and whatever it is that you're experiencing this season. Go ahead.
I want to say this: Chokamu and Invictus, those two are arch enemies from the beginning. You want to know why? They're naturally arch enemies.
Really? Why? Why is that?
Invictus, all he wants right now is a beast rider. That is why. And now tell him.
I got all 3.
And one time, Chokamu played against Invictus, and he flashed all 3 beast riders on Invictus. And ever since then,
true.
Invictus, I fuck this guy. I hate him.
This is true.
But it happens, you know. I gotta get lucky. I want to talk about
it
RTA.
happens.
RTA this season sucks, by the way.
But you made enemies, Chokamu. You made enemies.
Nah, frenemies.
It's okay.
Yeah, he hates you. He's
I
like,
love
Thompson,
competition.
stop it.
Dude,
true, man.
Thompson's trying to start a beef right here. Like, we're gonna get Invictus Chokamu boxing match or something going on.
Invictus doesn't tell me like good morning or anything. He just like still waiting for my beast monks, man. Still waiting for my beast riders.
You're gonna get one soon. Don't worry. Before you're gonna get one, or
Before
probably after regionals. Anyway,
You have all 3.
RTA this season for me, it
regionals?
sucks.
You have
The
all
point
3.
The point system is horrible.
You flashed all 3.
I
out
don't
of it.
know.
All right,
You guys
Thompson,
know.
back to the topic here, okay?
Okay.
Chokamu,
You
all
guys
right, how
know.
was the season? How was the season? Tell me
You
why.
guys
the point
know
system
that
kinda
you can
sucks.
actually your win rate can actually go higher, and you can lose points at the same time. That's how messed up this point system is.
You can.
Well, it depends on who you lose to, right? Like if you happen to match versus like a bunch of G3s versus like G1s.
Yeah, but I mean, usually you only get matched with G1s, and then
Yeah.
I got matched 4 in a row with G1s, and then I got matched with a C3, and that's 80% win rate because I lost versus the C3, but I won the rest, and I got even in points because you
Yeah.
lose 12 points when you lose to a C3.
Wait, is it 12? Oh, C3 is 12. G1 is like
Yeah.
9, though, right?
G1 is not. It depends. If it's below, I think 1725, it's 10 points.
Oh, okay.
And it goes up 1 point, I think by 25 or like 50s. So if I win versus G3 on the 1750, like I'll win 3 points, so I'll gain 12 points in 4 wins. And if I lose to 1C3, I lose 12 points. So that's 0 point gain at an 80% win rate. That's how broken this is. That's stupid.
I lost 12 points to a C3 with like Jaeger, Leo, and like 3 more other light and dark monsters. I'm like, how is this guy C3? It's so bad.
It doesn't.
It's really
the
infuriating
LTs.
because of RNG, though. I agree. Just because of how big of a point loss it is and how long it takes to make them up.
Yeah, it's not. It's definitely no. Like I think the other day, I think it was 19 and 11, and I only gained like I think it was 7 points or 8 points.
Yeah, man. I mean, you look at the top of the leaderboard and you see like compared to last season when people around this time of the season were at like 4K, right? People are hard stuck in like mid 2Ks because you honestly need about 80% plus win rate to even move up like at all.
Yep. And it's crazy because a lot of people, I don't know if you can see, a lot of people that were on the top players because they did all the rings, they're not up there right now. A lot of people are not really doing RTA because it sucks. It's stressful. It's
let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this. One of the complaints we had in the past and the things that we wanted to fix, right, was not feeling like you had to do 30 wins a day. Do you think with this, because the point gain is not what it is, it might be better and in favor of players that may not want to do 30 wins a day?
Actually, I can speak to that because I actually just started doing my wings again because I was taking a break and I just started again last week. So I'm still at like in total 170 wings for the season. And so, I mean, I'm already in top 100 now. So that I can say is very cool thing that I didn't get like put in a position where it's impossible for me to climb up just because I missed so many days. Like the point system kept people down to the point where if you have a high enough win rate, you can kind of catch up. But now I'm starting to get to the point where I haven't really experienced the, being gated in that.
Once you reach top 50,
range.
Once you reach top 50, it's so hard because like you're saying, if
let me stop you there for 1 second. Sorry, Chocobo. Invictus, do you have headphones in? I think we're getting a little bit of an echo from.
Oh no, I can put headphones in.
Yeah,
One
sweet.
sec.
If we could do that'd be great because I think there's a little bit of an echo on your end.
So I was gonna say, like, once you get to like the top 50, top 75, when you're like the point range is so far ahead from everybody else, like you have to sit down and do all your rings unless you win rate, unless you win like 20 matches in a row, because you can win all these matches and then lose like 3 in a row and you're back to the same points. And what is the climb? Like I'm going 10 points, 20 points a day, and I'm doing all my 30 wings.
Yeah.
So that's just I just don't think the point system this season it's not.
I feel like this season, if you wanna, because like I kind of know your style, Chocomu, but like I don't think this season as advantageous for you as it is for other players. Because like if you go pretty bruisery healing meta, it's safer. And I know like you like just clearing your wings and playing it fast, cleaving, and that way is not as good climbing this season.
Like come to think of it though, is clearing 30 wings a day now like not as favored then potentially because of this reason, right?
Yeah, I do like 1 wing a day.
Is that a day. So like that? And actually, that inversely has a new issue now, right? Our issue was before people didn't want the feeling of doing 30 wings, but now it's like players that are like hardcore. Like let's say example Chocobo, right? He's down to do 30 wings a day. He does his 30 wings every day, but now he's getting punished for it more because the matching system and the point system is not in his favor for that. Which I don't know,
he has a higher win rate too.
So maybe you want to go for more win rate than Chocobo and maybe don't do all 30 wins a day. I don't know. This is interesting.
I tried that the other day. This is what I did. I put myself 20 points a day. Because if I go 20 points a day, I'll be fine. So for 3 days, I went 20 points. Bam, bam, bam. I was like 20, I think it was 2060, right? And the next day when I came, first match lost, second match lost. Out of 12% procs. When somebody's stunned or freeze or whatever, they proc, the whole game changes. Of course, that's one of my styles. I'm hoping for not that proc. But when that happens, you're on 60. Now you're raging, losing 18 points. You're going to keep going. And I lost 55 points that day. I went down all the way down to like 1990, I think it was. Out of just 1 day. It took me 3 days to get 60 points. But in 1 day, I lost 60. I would have lost more. But I actually stopped because I was about to break my iPad. So I just don't think the point system this season works.
So what's the to make it clear? What's the biggest difference from the point system last season and this season? Now that we've been playing it, what's the biggest difference? Is it that you lose more points, or what is it? Because I feel like last season you would lose quite a few points too, playing against a C3.
Last season, I think you always lose like 5 or 6 points, right? Every time you lose to a G1.
Yeah.
But now it goes up to 10 points. Now it goes up to points. Like unless if you lost out to a C3, I think it was like 7, 8, or 9, right? I can't remember, right? But now you lose way more points, and not every G1. Now you got 1700, 1800, and 1900 barrier, and the lower they are in points, the more points you're gonna lose when you are at 2,000 points right now. That's what I mean.
But climbing
So then
right now is also kind of tedious.
How would
Like,
you find the balance?
you would climb and you would get like 2 or 3 points max
Yeah.
when you beat someone,
3
and when you lose someone,
you always get 3 points if they're like from 1700 to I think it's 1850. After 1850 you get 4 points, and then every 50 points go 1 point up. I think maximum that you can get, I think, is 6 points, and you have to beat somebody over 2300 above you, like 300 points above.
yeah, it's kind of weird.
All right, what
Yeah,
were you
it's
saying,
stupid.
Lucky? You were saying something?
I was gonna ask, like, so we, Brian, you mentioned earlier, we always were complaining about the fact that it was always about quantity of wings rather than the quality of wings. Now it seems like it's going in that direction. How would you say? So right now it seems like there's, a lot of people aren't liking it because of the big point loss and gain. What would you think, or what would you say, guys, to find the right balance in between it? Because now it seems like it's gone from one extreme to the other extreme. How would you guys recommend them to try to find that?
Like, I feel like what has happened in the meta of the point system in the last couple of seasons was, if you remember, first off, we had the original point system that was crazy,
Yeah.
right? If you lose to G1, you're like, you just throw your phone against the wall, like amount of points that you lose, right? And then we went to not gaining and losing too much points, regardless who you played, right? It made the G1s feel like, hey, I don't get that much for playing a G3 or beating a G3, right? And I feel like technically right now, I feel like we're in the middle. I feel like we are currently in the middle of the point
That's what I was thinking as well. I felt like we were in the middle
but
too.
not too little. So the next thing to address, because I think actually the point system is a good spot. What they need to address next that will fix all this, matchmaking. A little bit more closer, tight-knit matchmaking will ensure that players will be able to not have these extreme point losses like what Chocobo's experiencing, right? If you lose 20 wings a day, it's because you're losing against players around your rank, so you had a bad day, you know what I mean? Not because you had one-off matches and now you have to win 6 or whatever, 5 to get back to where you were. Yeah, so the matchmaking is now something that needs to be addressed.
Just needs to be tighter. That's all it is.
It is. The match system has to be updated, because the other day I think I was on a 5 or 6 win streak, and then somehow I get matched with a C3. I won, but still, like, it doesn't make sense. And me and like a lot of people that they go to my stream, we have this theory that sometimes the game, like, even if you're winning 10, 11 matches, there's gonna be one match that the guy is gonna resist everything. It's gonna proc on everything, and it's just gonna work that way, and you're gonna lose that match.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure everybody here has experienced that somehow.
That's happened.
I experienced that often in Guild Wars. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, Guild Wars is pretty bad, but I feel that way too. But I wonder if it's just hindsight bias, But I feel that way too. I agree.
No, there's no way. Listen, one match, Gianna S3, no stun. I did Monkey S3, didn't even get the wheel out of the water pony, and then I used S2 from Hathor, nothing. Three in a row, nothing. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna let you play. Sometimes I rage and I rope them, but when I'm losing, I just leave it here. Enjoy the beating, you know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't make sense.
You ever you ever think about the systems like, hey man, this motherfucking Trokamu guy is fucking roping these bitches. Let's fucking make sure that he gets cocked on his next match.
No, fuck that, bro. The other day I dropped my phone, I went to get water.
People don't have to rope.
I was so mad. I dropped my phone. I went to get water. I said, "Fuck this guy. I'm gonna just go here, continue doing this shit." That gorilla guy, the 6 guy, 7 guy, that guy procs so much it gets on my nerves. That's how much he procs.
Does he have Young Hong?
I mean, the res check, like I said, is scarier than the procs almost. Just because, like, if you're taking a team in versus, like, say you're taking a really fast team in, which you run all the time, right? And you play a guy that's like running a slow bruiser comp, that's on like just full will, right? And you're like, you have 3 strips. You need to land like 2 of them to control like the 2 main threats. If you miss like 2,
one,
even one can like mess you up 2 can just like be game over. Miss all 3 and you're just like raging so bad.
Chocobo, listen to Invictus talk, man.
Well,
Invictus,
no, it is true though. It is true. But
Invictus,
sometimes-
me and Choca, we have AOE strippers, not single target strippers. Okay.
Oh no, here we go. Gianna flexing coming.
They're both Gianna users. Yeah.
I mean, I have a
No,
Gemini that I bring
but
as
it
well,
is true
dude.
because what I meant with that was, the Gianna, I strip stun everybody except the water pony, and then Monkey came, nothing. Hathor came, nothing. So, but I use S2. So now when he went, so he just gets all the wheel, gets the procs. That's game right there for me. I can control it from the beginning, but there's no way that I'm gonna miss 3 trips. 3, not 1, not 2, 3 strips, and all my monsters have decent accuracy from 65, 70 and above, except the monkey, of course. But
Yeah.
come on, it doesn't make any sense. Like that, it don't matter. And he wasn't running resistant. There was no resistant lead. But then I get 2 units with 100 resistant, and somehow I get everything. Even the guy spit on me, and I get the virus or whatever. I get everything.
I think if you're
100%.
the more aggressive comp, you have to be ready for that, especially if you're going the more aggressive route. Also,
Yeah,
like
that's
this
why-
season,
oh, sorry.
also this season, like even if you're faster than them and they're on will, the cleansers usually violent proc because you're faster and you proc, and they're gonna proc too. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Yeah, that's why I like to try. Oh, sorry.
I hate to be the person to say this though, but I mean that statement though, man. How reliable of a statement can that be? The
What?
cleanser always procs. Like
No, not
it can't be a reliable. It's not a reliable source of a statement. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's true.
I feel the same way
But-
though. I feel the same way, but like
but the
logically,
cleansers,
fact wise, it does.
the cleansers, like factually, the cleansers proc more often because you go first and you have chances of procking your violent, and they usually proc because of that. It's more
Okay.
Don't
it's
you
more
hate-
consistent.
True,
This
true.
RTA.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. That's very
Don't
true.
you hate when your whole team moves and you've got them CC'd, but then your units that you don't need to proc start procking? You're like, God, now they
Yeah.
have
Yeah,
extra chance to proc out.
27.
that's why
I
I've been
was
wanting
gonna
to
say
try.
something about-
Have you guys tried Revenge Despair Sierra? I've been wanting to try that out. I think I have a
Nah,
pretty good
my
one so
Sierra is
far.
pretty locked in right
Hey,
now.
You know
I
what
fought
I've
at the
seen
Space
though
Sierra
a
the
lot?
other day.
People were like in the beginning of the season, oh, violin is gonna suck, violin gonna suck. And I always said it from the beginning, there's gonna be more procs now than there was before. Because now either there's gonna be procs back and forward, or he's always gonna proc with 12%. But usually I see way more procs. When I run a full bio team, we always proc in both sides, and that gets exciting. I get super exciting because I'm procking, you're procking, what's gonna happen. But then when you stop procking and he just keeps procking, you're like, what happened with 12% and 2027, right?
You
That
know,
happens, yeah.
like that's actually true. Like,
Yeah,
what do you guys think about that statement that Chocobo just said? With the change to the RTA violent procking system, do you feel like there are more procs now? Because the system is supposed to make it more proc balanced, right? But it increases the rate of procking on one side, meaning that it's like forcing more procs. Do we experience more procs now in RTA? What do you?
I think we're just more focused on it, to be honest.
I mean, it
think we're just
depends
always
also if
looking
you're
out
running
for
like
it.
Hathor as well, right? Because like if you're your team running Hathor, right, you have no chance to even proc. So that can sometimes like exacerbate the feeling that you're getting actually the guy is procking more than you, right? Because you haven't even gotten the opportunity to proc once. Meanwhile, if they're the one using Hathor, you're kind of just being Hathor.
I mean, but I'm asking you a question to Thompson. You run a lot of bio. You're well known for having Swift for bio sets. What are your thoughts on that? Because I'm sure that are you procking more? You're procking less? You're procking the same? What do you think of that?
Last season I was running more like CC and Cleave, but this season you have to change it around, man. I'm running like Artemil more, monsters like Barbara more. It's a little bit slower and safe.
Well, with the Beast Riders too, there's more Swift units too. Like people are running like a mix, right? I feel like there's more of a mix of Violent and Swift. Like having good Swift damage dealer sets in particular is really key in this season. Because there's several meta units that can use them.
I agree with Thompson because he said there's more bruiser.
I think me and Victus both knows this, that most of the Beast Riders are better on Violent.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But it's just like if you can't hit those stats that you need, or like if you want to run one of them in front of like your Hathor, for example, and you can't hit it on Vio, you go Swift.
There's only one of them that's kind of okay running in front of Hathor, but then the rest is like not that good running in front of Hathor, right?
The only
Yeah,
one to win with
yeah.
will be the only one. But
Yeah.
I feel like what something saying is true. A lot of people, since like they're focusing more on the thickness of the rune instead of like being fast
Yeah.
because there's more bruiser and in this I don't know about you guys, but every match somebody has a ragdoll, a Arda.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
And all
A
the high players,
Gianna,
they
you know,
just
like
come up with this
Lots
thing.
of
I
Giannas.
just matched with somebody that had
Wait, what did you say,
Gianna,
Brian?
Nexus, Artemil, and the Lai Ragdoll all in one. And he was C1. I was like, yo, how? Like, come on, man.
Yo.
I just take lately
can you
versus
beat
those
that?
guys. I just take what if you take Hathor, like Lauren, Alucia, like Hathor, Alucia plus Lauren, and then you have like a nuke threat, right? It's if you let it through, it's probably gonna one shot unless it gets like accurate resistance check, like Daphnis, and then you had like one more flex pick.
Hathor, Lauren, Elucia destroys everything. I can't think of a comp to counter Hathor, Lauren, Elucia.
But that's really good into Art of Rags, man, because if they only take
Yes.
like one immunity,
Yes.
you can even let through Art of Rag and it's no problem.
That's very true.
I mean,
That,
what did
that's
you
Elucia
say?
is really good
quality
against
rune,
Ragdoll.
you know.
You said
That's
You guys quality
Elucia,
rune. I don't have that quality rune.
Yes, you do.
Elucia,
Yes, you
Lauren,
do.
and what? Elucia, Lauren, and Hathor.
Hathor.
What about
Yeah.
the people that have been running a lot more like tanky, like bruiser, double immunity comps that are kind of annoying, and they just ban your Lauren or ban your stripper, or even have
I'll
Wusa, so
also
they
say
ban
this.
your other main stripper and leave the Lauren,
Walbert,
right?
bring.
I also
Walbert
say
with
this
the
with
rune.
the reason why you see a lot more of those bruisery comps is because monsters like Miho and anti-cleavers everyone has one. Like Vanessa, Triana, Miho, almost everybody has one, and it's really
I actually
hard
don't have a Miho.
Yeah, but you could build one whenever you want.
What?
Right?
I don't have one. I literally don't have the Dark
Oh.
Cat.
But I'm just saying, with the emergence of those monsters, right? It's harder to cleave, and it's not
Oh,
easy
yeah.
as before. So you
Yeah,
don't
man.
see it as much. You see the more safer, like Pater, Jaeger, Ragdoll comps, Artemil. Whereas
Yeah,
those
those,
teams
like,
used to
slow
get
comps.
cleaved at the beginning, And Tyrannis is a good
Tyrannis-
anti-cleave now. That's a kind of like a new emergence. It's been last season, but yeah.
Especially for the LD teams, man. Tyrannus is he's out there. He's got all their comps.
The
So can
Fire
we-
Harp is one of the best too.
Can we kind of
Fireheart
agree?
is not
Can we
bad.
kind of agree slightly that maybe the RT meta is slowly shifting back down to like how it was originally back in the day when it was? You remember the original season 1, 2, 3 was all bruiser, right? Is it slowly shifting? I mean, I'm waiting for the next balance patch though, but is it shifting? Like I
Yes.
feel like it's going a little bit slower now, right? With Thor
Yes,
still in
because-
there though, of course.
Because everybody has their Tyrannis, Vanessa, Triana, Miho all ruined up. It's harder to cleave this season.
Yeah. I
It's
mean, it
hard to
also-
keep for people that don't have like multiple strippers, because I'm not gonna say anything, but my Swift sets are okay, so I cleave a lot of people, and if they let my Gemini with Gani and the Wind Beast Rider through, I'm gonna control you. I'm gonna win right away.
Also,
You can
people's runes are getting better, and they have like, imagine you go Gemini, and then they go like Dan and Miho. It's like, oh crap, what do I do? Because like Dan is gonna cut once Gemini goes, or they're gonna have like, their people are smarter. They have faster Swift sets. They can have like the Swift Gani. They can have like the Triple Revenge Vertihill and stuff like that. It's a lot easier to counter cleave. You not agree with that?
Yes.
No, I completely agree.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely
it is.
easier to kinda cleave.
It is definitely a lot easier, but I feel like also Contours what they're doing too is like giving a chance to the lower players to actually get more motivated to actually play, because the players that are in the beginning, they're not gonna have the fast rune that the older players have, because that takes, it doesn't matter how much money you got, that still takes time to get a lot of triple rolls and quad rolls, because a lot of people that I know right now don't even have a quad roll and they've been playing for 2-3 years. So I feel like now, like slow bruising, a lot of players that are like C3s, G1s, they can have that. So I think they're just shifting to the people that are lower to get better, so make it more competitive, or so they can spend more money. I don't know what it is. It has to be something, but
Well, also, I guess it's just that with all these, like some of these Daphnis comps or some of these speed comps, the units that they use, unless you're someone with like really thick runes, the lower quality rune versions of them, they're more paper. So as long as you can endure the turn 1, right? There's more turn 2 units like Tyrannus now, where as long as you survive turn 1, you can kind of snipe something. like Daphnis is, for example. If you can just after Daphnis goes, a lot of them run out of juice.
And Daphnis is
Juice.
really soft too, you know. So you just like go all in on the Daphnis, and yeah.
Yeah.
Like I feel like this season, and I mean, like what you said, Thompson, the rune quality of players have gotten a lot stronger. Like I always do the beginning of the season. I finally did my placements, but when I do them, I always have fun with them. Like last season, I did 5 second awaken Reoaks. It was great, right? This season, I did. We just recorded it. 5 Marshall Cats second awaken, and dude, the drafts that they were playing, because I think the placements were in like Fighter 2, Fighter 3 range. They're like regular drafts, man. Like you can't just dick around anymore. Like I went 7-3, man. I got smashed myself. I'm like, oh crap. Like I thought the root quality was like, what the hell, dude?
This is real story from experience. Before I was able to outspeed people with like 310, but now people are up to like 325, 330-ish speed to be comfortable, you know, at G3. I'm not kidding. Yeah. So it's crazy.
That is true. But I also think, you know, the people that are lower players, you know, now they have more higher players that are actually streaming, so they get to learn. They watch everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like I still watch whenever Tom Invictus make it a ball, whenever all the high players are on, I always watch them, so I still learn. So
is
when
it only
you're new,
when I stream you don't watch Trokamu? What is up with that?
I said I watch everybody.
He said he does.
I
He never
watch
says anything
everybody.
in my stream.
So like people just watching that, they learn. You know, some people have the units, so hey, I'm gonna learn. Maybe not the quality, so I can actually watch. When I started playing, all there was YouTube and then scatter days, and you know,
Scatter days.
whenever scatter day was a thing, all his LDs, I didn't even have them. Like I had nothing. I barely had like 2 nat 5s. So you know, you don't learn as much now that people see everybody else playing with what they're also comfortable is given. Like now you can fuse birthday. Now you can get a Lauren. Now you can get the Miho, both cats, the Water, the Lucia, the Friend. They're all free. So like you can just get all that stuff. So a lot of people that are lower fighters, conquerors, you know, they have a better chance to actually learn how to play, better units, etc., etc. People that started back in the day, it was really hard.
I mean, that's a good thing, though, right? No, go ahead, Lucky. All yours.
I was going to say there's more competition now as well because mainly of the management system. I was going to say like there would have been a bigger influx of players now able to play instead of having to split their focus on if they wanted to be Guild War focused or RTA focused. Now you can see more people doing both. Probably another reason why you're probably seeing all these better monsters. Oh, sorry, better runes on these monsters that people wouldn't have ever probably focused on before. Why rune quality's a bit better at that, and probably at the lower end as well, because some of these guys maybe never have done RTA before. They're still trying to get their head around what sort of comp they run.
It's nice to see though, right? Because like Thompson's mentioned this on a lot of podcasts, but it's like RTA is the thing that keeps this game going, right? And keeps that's like the drive at the end of the at the end of the grind that you want to keep trying to get improvements in for most people. So you want people that have access to it now, especially with being able to like have more rune depth. With the Guild War change, I think it's awesome, and more people on Twitch now watching as well, like builds a better community.
Yeah, do you think more people came into RTA, which made it a little bit, you know, like more competitive? You think there's more people? I wonder what the statistics of how many more people started playing RTA, like the good players that came out from the lurking mode or came out of the hole, you know, because of the fact that there's this RTA rune system now, right? So it separates everything, so it makes it kind of fun to get into it.
Let me help you guys with RTA, especially with Trokamu and his comment about back then I have problem was watching streamers and there wasn't streamers, and now people could learn and there's a lot of streamers. I agree and disagree in a way where Summoners War has always been a game where in RTA your slot 1, slot 2, and slot 3 is very important. Also slot 4 and 5, you have to know each roles, right? So let me explain. Like in season, like the first few seasons, all you have to worry about is this season as well, but in the first few seasons, your slot 1 is going to be.
You're talking about like draft order.
Oh, let me finish. So in the first few seasons, the slot 1 was really important, where you have your Molong, and you build your Molong in the swap in the rune optimizer, making the best Molong possible, fastest Molong possible. Then you build all your units around it. So you don't really need a strategy because all you need is like Molong as, you know, the best rune unit and then build everything around it. Last few seasons has just been Hathor. So you just put Hathor there and you put everything around Hathor, right? So pretty much every season has been you have your slot 1, which is who you're going to pick for your slot 1. Then you build R units around it. So it just depends. It's actually RTA is not that hard. You just have to worry about your slot 1s. Then your slot 2 and 3s, like your speed lead, your immunity, whatever you're going to bring to counter their slot 1s or whatever you judge the metas at. Then your slot 4 and 5s, which is like your counter picks or other monsters you feel like using when in different situations. It's pretty much RTA has always been like that.
True. Okay, we had some pretty good discussions there on the RTA season that's in full swing. I want to keep progressing on this conversation on how we can improve the system a little bit more for matchmaking, right? Not just for the top ranked players, but overall, right? Because these changes that were made, there are going to be, some detriments, some pros and cons to the changes that were made for last season. Glad to see them changing things, and glad to see that we can pinpoint, what's going on. So yeah. Moving on to topic number 2 here. It's going to come down to some stuff not RTA related though, but could be RTA related. We see Comtuous continue to update the game, right? They've been doing a lot of updates and whatnot. The recent update not really hit exactly what we wanted, which was more space for grinds and gems, but they kind of did something different, so it's a step in the right direction. But what kind of other quality of life changes do we want to suggest at this point? Like, what are you guys experiencing? Like, even in the new rune system, the rune management system, whatever it is, what other quality of life things can we continue to suggest for them to change even more into this the next update?
I think one of them I want to see is able to split ancient and non-ancient runes and grinds. Because right now it's kind of all put together. I mean, just like even if you go into the rune type and there be a button there just says ancient or non-ancient, or like click it to see all your ancients. Kind of heading down that path because it's all muddled up in there at the moment.
I feel on that topic about ancient and non-ancient, I feel like you should still be able to put your regular speed grind or whatever grind, because there is a difference between the Asian and not Asian. Asian you have your regular purple one has 5 speed. Like that's the difference. So I think you should still be able to put your regular grind, because sometimes like you get a dope ass rune and then it takes you never, because you never get a speed grind for will, and then you have to like always like commit to that, and it's kind of hard. So I feel like they need to like change it. Like you already get an upgrade with the Asian grind, so you should still be able to use your regular grind on the Asian runes. That's just I think this should change.
I agree with I think I see some people in chat saying this, but like a way to farm grinds exclusively, like choose whether you want to spend your energy on farming for grinds and gems versus runes. Just because I still have some runes, man, that it's been like 4 months, honestly, without getting the gem I need for them. And it's like, that's a little, I understand they want to like not rush. They don't want to have a bunch of these ancient runes in the economy, I guess, get the game economy at once. But
yeah,
I feel like it's a little too slow.
Yeah, me too. I need a will flat defense, and I can't farm one for like at least a purple one. I couldn't farm one. Will flat defense.
Yeah, just especially knowing because like you can get a really good rune base, but you can't really put it on an RTA unit unless it's like super good right off the bat.
Yeah,
until it's like grind and gemmed,
or at least like the not even the regular grinds. The grinds that you like the immortal stones. You get that. You can get those in the whatever you call that on the game. I forget the name. The labyrinth. You can get those in there. At least like being able to use those in there.
Yeah,
and not just the regular ones. Maybe that could help. I
like that.
Right, being able to use Immemorial, not just on that, but anything, right? Immemorial now brings more value, I guess, right? To be able to use anywhere, but I don't know, because they sell Immemorial packs, right? So I'm not sure if that's the case.
Nah, don't sell those.
I was thinking like...
I'm sure they love the money, because everything costs $100 over here, so there's more money for them.
Nah, seriously, don't sell those. They're so that's what makes the ancient grinds and runes so OP, man, right? It's like the gem.
I thought Chocobo meant that labyrinths drop ancient stuff. I agreed to that, but
not so.
Okay,
yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Like labyrinth, because I don't do
that idea
right now. But if you do labyrinth and it could have a possibility of dropping ancient grinds or ancient stuff, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I like the sound of that.
Yeah, you know what also would be interesting is because like the big discussion right now that we're having is the dungeon, right? That you farm for rune and that you farm for grinds and gems, right? You can't really pinpoint and get exactly what you want. So I don't know. What about a new resource of, I don't know how they would implement it, a new resource that lets you like craft the grind and gem. That would, I don't know if that would kind of alleviate or help that out as well, but only for the ancient system. I don't know. Right, just the same way we craft runes, or adding in the part where when we're farming these runes and gems, we get some resources as well to craft. So it's like a double bonus, making it a little bit easier to craft, because even their crafting system is a really low probability. I've done so many ancient crafts, and it just does not yield 6-star legends at a pace fast enough or at high enough. So I don't know.
I still
I don't know
like
about
it
you guys,
did
but
quite well though.
Sorry, one at a time. We'll get we'll put.
I don't know about you guys, but the Illunia's rune ore is like so rare to drop, and the ancient magic stone, I have so much of them.
Yeah, the orange ones. You get the resources. Yeah. There's an imbalance there.
Such a huge imbalance.
Yeah, when you farm for re-ups, you realize it.
So maybe they need to adjust that then. That's a quality of life thing that needs to come up then, right? There's no reason for them to have a major imbalance like that of drop. It needs to be a little closer. A slight is okay, but not too big of an imbalance.
Nah, because I have like 2K. I have like 2K of the orange ones at the moment and like 0 of the rune pieces. So
I see.
Same
thing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Also,
another thing that the game should do, like, I know they actually kind of like fixed the rate because now everybody just gets gold, but I feel like the rate should be the same way as a regular dungeon. Like, if once you press yes, I'm gonna go in, you're already in it. You don't have to wait, press anything or nothing, because I feel like that's just a waste of time. If you're just raiding with this, like for the raid, you know how now if you can just press play until everybody gets in. But I feel like once like you finish the raid and you say, hey, would you like to go again? So press yes. Once you press yes, that should automatically do everything. Because everybody's gonna keep going. So it's a waste of time going back to the main screen, waiting for everybody to load, and then press play. And
I wonder why they do that.
The lobby completely.
That's a good one. That's a good one, because you all press yes, and if somebody presses no, then it just goes to lobby. Then if somebody presses no, but if everybody presses yes, then the system should just restart the run. I like that.
Oh, that'd be good.
I like that idea. Right? Yes will work.
Awesome.
Yes, no.
I approve. I approve that one. 100%.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah,
I like that one. That's a really good one. Yeah, and that's that's quite nice. But okay,
I agree.
Coming back to the I like that topic of dimension holes. Do you think they'll try to change the dungeons in the future, or are they going to keep with the same trend? Make 2, one for Second Awaken with like material to craft, and then the other one that drops runes and grinds. I wonder if they're ever going to change that, because they should be releasing 2 to 3 more Second Awaken sets this year. So 2 more sets this year, every 4 months, I believe. So I'm actually curious to see how they do that, because it is kind of a problem to get these ancient runes, like the grinds and gems, I feel. So
I think what I really would love to see too for the game to do, you know how they always do a special league, they always do something different. I wish they would do a special league that you cannot use bio runes to actually make it, team effort, like everything, everything that you get is just gonna be, stun, swift, who's fast, and everything. No bios. That should be something like esport right there, because
I like that idea.
Count me out of that.
No, I like that idea.
Count me out of that.
I like that idea for Special League, just for the simple fact that Special League, they can do anything and it doesn't fuck up the game. You know what I mean? They can have any rules, and then even if it's bad, then we just go, hey, this is a bad season, come to us. Try something else next season, That's not a bad idea. Like, I would chalk it up to that, but they need to, what I said, keep doing different special leagues. Like, why is there a gate on special leagues that it needs to, be so safe, Like, do some outlandish things. All fire units, all water units, or, you start the battle and it randomly selects one of the main elements, fire, water, wind, and that match, you have to play that element. So you have to prepare all elements before you go in. Like whack stuff like that for fun. Right, would be
that is fucked up.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
that is fucked up. That's like me telling you, let's do a special league only on focus runes. No swift, no violent, nothing except focus rune.
Let's go. I got some good focus rune too, bro. Let's get it. I'm down with that.
Who want to do that? Listen, no violent runes. Everyone only farms violent. What the hell, man?
No, but also another thing that I told to B, and they told me already they already pitched it, but to come to us, but I don't know what they said, but doing an RTA based on guild war people, like there have to be four members of the guild war together. One person gets to pick one unit whatever they want to use and match versus other 4 people on another guild word that only pick 1 unit, and then you all RTA. You know, you got the turn, whatever speed or whatever it is. You know, like that thing that would be cool. Like I would just pick Gianna, Tunsil would pick Artemil, you know, Invictus doesn't have any LDs, so he's gonna have to pick like Hathor or something, you know, like it's just something like that would be a little different.
You know what? We've been talking about this every podcast to do like a team RTA, and you know who listened? You know who has listened? Come to us.
What?
Come to us, Taiwan.
Oh.
Yes. Did you guys see the new thing? Come to us, Taiwan posted?
No.
You guys keep talking.
Nah.
You guys keep talking.
He's
Go
gonna
ahead.
pull it up. Okay, he's gonna pull
Oh,
it
okay.
up. Every time you pull something up, you're not in the middle. And every time you're in the middle, you don't pull anything up. This goddamn.
I always pull stuff up.
Thompson, dude.
Yeah, but you guys keep talking.
But yeah, what else can we suggest? I think I don't know if Comtuous just didn't quite get what we're asking yet about the grinds, but yeah, we're just trying to make it so that we can separate ancients and whatnot. So maybe what would be nice is how much storage do we get right now for grinds?
700.
700, right? So we have 700 for grinds. Can we just get like an additional like 100 to 150 for just ancients? That'd be big. Right, because you don't need to stock that much ancients, right? You get a rune, you're gonna use it, right? And then after that, you just need a set amount of each, right?
No,
that would be
nice. I actually disagree with you.
Okay.
I actually stockpile all of them.
Every time an Asian drop, it don't matter if I have 5 or 6. I want to keep it because they're so hard to get.
True.
I still want to keep everything. You know what I'm saying? Like even if I get an HP and I already got 6, I'm gonna keep the 7th one because they're so hard to get that I need that. You never know when I'm gonna use it. So
True.
I just feel like you picked everything up. So you own 700 for Asian, and then you own 700 for your regular ones because it's not the same as rating all day.
700 for ancient ones? That's a lot to fill though. But
I'm exaggerating.
But maybe like you said, maybe like a 250 or something like that because that's a lot.
Yeah.
250 is a lot of ancients.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Something like that.
But every time I drop something, something drops. I don't care what it is.
Purple
I
plus,
always
right?
keep
You keep it. Purple plus keep. Purple plus
keep. Of course, and some
True.
blue ones too.
Some blues,
Blue ones too, because some blue ones you don't get that many. You know what I'm saying? If I get a blue one HP will, I'm gonna keep that.
Right.
Or a nemesis. I'm gonna keep everything because you don't get those drops. So I keep everything. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a hoarder.
So I don't know how it works on their end in terms of their amount of storage that they have or whatnot, but we've suggested a long time ago, if we could get a storage like the Raymomons for the ancient grinds and gems or something similar to that system, that would be great, right? A 999 system would be good, because we could just stockpile more and then we never have to worry about grinds and gems ever again, because that's literally, you're never gonna get 99 of each, right? So
wow, that took me like 10 minutes to do, but yeah, I'm very technology savvy like that. There you go.
Can barely see it, but make it full screen and we can probably try our best to. Oh, we can hear the sound?
Bum 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 bum.
Oh, we saw this though.
No.
Okay.
Taiwan. Oh, Hong Kong.
Oh, we got
Yeah.
voiceovers. Okay.
Thailand.
Let's let them do this. Let's let them do this.
Oh yeah, Vietnam. Yeah. Okay, Indonesia. What's going on? All-star team battle.
Thompson, just be a caster for next SWC, man.
There you go.
All-star team battle, Summoner's War.
No, he's actually he's not saying anything. That's actually the voiceover in the video. Hello?
Yo, hi.
That's cool. So they did an all-star team battle. So similar to how Guild Wars were then before, right? Basically, is what it is. No.
I don't know, but it looks like all that podcasting, you know who's listened? Come to us.
No, they watch this, dude. I swear to God, they watch this and they read all the comments down below, even the crappy ones, like the hate ones. But they read all of them, dude. Yeah, and take into considerations. I feel like they're using this as a resource, yeah, for looking for improvements, because it's a fact that all of the different Comptuous office and
hey,
team members.
If you're listening, put up the percentage on LD's lighting. Come on, man, you got this. A little higher than LD lighting. Come on. The other day I did 30 and I got none.
For me, please. Just give me one.
Okay.
I was gonna add for the changes in Comptuous. I feel like they're doing a lot of RTA, and Siege is getting a little better and the runes and everything, but I feel like they're leaving behind the arena. I feel like
Yes.
they need to motivate people. They need to
Yeah.
motivate people to actually do also arena every Sunday. Like instead of just giving gems, give something that your people wants to actually rank up to actually get. You know, I understand you get the NAF 4 LD whatever on if you get legend, but you know,
But
getting legend
Chocomu,
these days.
playing against computer and playing against a live human on the other side is just two completely different experience, you know.
But then they should, in that case, have like a team that's devoted to, you know, working on arena, right? And a team that's working on like RTA, and not just kind of forget about it, because there really are people that are consistently doing arena each week. Like, I don't know if you've heard of like Bloody Claw and you know, other people like associate with him, but he's like constantly getting on a global server, at least, you know, legend.
Yeah.
And he's really intense about it, and they're very passionate. And
All I have to say is I don't think multitasking is healthy.
But you know, a different computer and somebody else. But if you put me, if I get in the top 50 and I get some LD pieces extra than when we get a week, let's just get 25. I'm gonna try to get 25.
They do have that
every week.
They do have that. They give you 10 extra LD.
10. You get arena. That's it. But I'm saying, I'm just saying for the top 50 people that win.
Oh, okay.
Pieces.
Like
Like
instead of the top. Oh, you're trying to get more people to rush, is what you're saying. Okay.
Or rush, yes.
Well,
like something like that.
But
the problem is they also.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, they need to also change. It needs to be changed up though. They have to have like some sort of weekly, you know, ban or weekly, you know, unit that's not allowed, because I think Scat talked about this a while ago. The arena meta is too kind of. It's kind of stale. Like there's not many options for like defenses, and there's so many LD units out there that I guess there's a reason people aren't doing it as much, and that's kind of why there's balancing, you know, for RTA. But when do you ever see like a patch focused around arena balancing, right?
Right. Like
I think the thing is, the second RTA came out, they stopped caring about arena. That's the truth, right?
Yeah.
But they could balance. I'd rather they balance RTA even more than focus on RTA than multitask and focus on like 10 different things.
Right. But in a nutshell.
I know. But imagine you getting extra pieces every week. That helps people to also upgrade for RTA, because you only get 30 wings a day in RTA. What you gonna do after that? You know, I mean, I don't know. Some people don't do anything because, you know, you're already higher up, whatever. But you know, I play all day. I farm all day. If you give me something that I'm gonna like on arena, I will actually change my runes to make it to arena. Also on Sundays, whatever day it is, to get my extra points, always ranked up and everything, because you know that makes it more interesting, you know, than only doing RTA every single day.
So I think there are two major things here that are really important, and in kind of a nutshell that I would really like to suggest to come to us. And the first one is getting people to enjoy the rush again, right? So changing some of the higher tier rewards, which is, you know, instead of those stupid LD3s or 4s or whatnot, and people getting associated with that, make it so it's just standard, right? With some LD pieces. Right?
Or put Miho there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sure. For you, right? But LD pieces there would make it interesting. Second off, something that would get people more interested in arena, we suggested this in the past, and I'm going to keep pushing for it. At the end of every single week, when you finish at whatever rank you finish, they should give us additional glory points. And that'll actually get the majority of the game to want to do it and have to farm arena, which would actually build for a healthier pool of players, which will lead to, you know, whatever else that they want to adjust in arena, right? More people will be doing arena now to finish Conqueror, to finish Guardian, and it's because they can reduce the amount of time it takes for them to max their glory towers, which inadvertently affects RTA gameplay, right? That's big, right? That even if it's 100 points, 150, and for the end game players, they'll be like, hey, I finished G3, I can get 200 extra glory points, or even if it's low as 100 glory points, I'm gonna buy an extra scroll, I'm gonna buy an extra LD piece this week, right? So I think that'd be really nice. That is the major thing, for sure.
It's not just RTA, it's like every aspect of the game, right? So the main gated like experience at the moment is glory towers. It takes so long to do. So if you make people more incentive around the normal arena, you can progress through those towers a lot quicker. End game players, you can buy your scrolls, your LD pieces. You can actually probably clear out the store if you're probably an end game player, if they do give you those glory points at the end of the week. And there's no harm in doing it, because, you know, most end game players nowadays have almost every elemental nat 5. So, you know, just creates more competition up at the top. So
actually, that I just said that I was thinking about efficiency.
Did you hear Lucky? He said almost every G3 player has every Light and dark. Every
Almost
nat 5.
all.
Elemental.
No, elemental nat 5. Yeah, not LD.
I'm missing like
Elemental nat 5.
I'm missing like 30, dude.
I'm missing like 6, 7. Now that I'm thinking about
See?
efficiency, because I was thinking like maybe the top 50 they give something, but I think it'll be better if it's like the top 5 or top 10, because in reality you spend on Arena Rush, I spend like 700-800 gems. If I shop refresh 800 gems, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get at least like 15 pieces of LD. If I get lucky, I get more. So talking about that, I was just thinking about it. Like it's a little waste, but maybe if they put a little higher, more pieces or something. It will just motivate people. It will motivate me. Just
Right.
thinking about to do arena.
But I'll always suggest things that'll affect the majority of the population. So glory points is gonna be the best way. That'll motivate you as well, because if you get glory points for finishing G3, like a nice amount, you go buy scrolls, right? And
So-
that's gonna be real nice.
So
Like
what
LD
Brian
pieces as
is
well.
saying, what Brian is saying is that come to us might only think that RTA is the only cash grab. But then, in fact, if you buff Arena and more people have their glory towers maxed out, they will do RTA, and at the end, come to us still could prosper from that.
I
And
did
what
not say
Troco
that.
was
I didn't
saying-
allude anywhere towards that. But sure, that's like a totally another tree, bro.
Exactly.
I didn't say
But
anything
what
close to that.
Troco
But
was
sure,
saying
we'll go with
is
that.
more
Sure.
of what I
It's
want.
true. It's true. Sure.
Yeah, but I mean, it took me a year and a half to max my stuff on arena.
Right.
So I mean, I think
Yeah,
that people that don't have it maxed out is because they're just lazy and they don't want to do arena.
Arena's Arena, but I want a quality of life change that we talked about last podcast. It was about Calibria, how it was very about the chat in Calibria was really bad.
Oh, okay.
And there's like Magic the Gathering, and there's also what's that other game called on the mobile where there's 3 towers and you send units out, and then
Clash Royale.
Clash Royale, exactly. And in those games they have emotes, but it's really toxic because all people do is they spam emotes.
No, dude,
Right?
I played
It's
I
really
played that
stupid.
game
It's
before
like,
this
why
one.
would you want to play a game? People just saying good job, good job, good job like 50 times, right? So that's stupid for Summoner's War, and kudos for them for not putting emotes in Summoner's War. But I think it'll be non-toxic if you if you open like a chat in the box when you could chat while you're playing. That'll be cool, right?
Hell no, I would be.
That'd be
crazy
even
if
worse.
Truckers
Like,
left
we-
and right.
we-
I'll be like,
man,
you luck
all
sucker, get
playing.
out of here, man. You suck.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I don't think that's a good
Dude, the
idea.
sensors,
Like,
the
communication
sensor
is
would not
key.
be so good.
I would love to talk to the other person. Like at least say GG. I don't have to go in line or like Guild War or something to say GG's, That'd be kind of
GG is
cool.
not the thought running through my head in a lot of these matches, man.
No,
Especially when you're getting
No,
left
it's
sacked.
not.
I
I'll
think
be-
it's kind of cool.
I'll be
Yeah,
honest. As much as you
let's
said,
just you winning and they broken you. Let me see how nice you're gonna be to the other person.
Exactly.
Yo, it
Let me
doesn't
see how nice you're gonna be to that person.
I mean,
I'll just say GG's. That's it.
no. What they need is, how you said no emotes. I think there should be emotes, but a cap on how much you can spam it and use the emotes. And
Okay.
I think the emotes would be cool, right? If you're raging, and it's gonna make you feel a little bit better too to spam the luck, or whatever the emote is, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think we can get some fun Summoners or memes through emotes, especially during RTAs. I think that's a big thing.
So
Big thing.
So
There
what
are
Magic
emotes.
has right now is kind of like an upgraded version of emotes. Is where it unlocks when they send out a certain emote. So like before, all you could say is like good game, good game, good game, and the other person can say like whatever, whatever, whatever. But now when you say good game, the other person has a option to say thank you instead, or you're welcome, or something else.
Hmm.
So you could choose your response or something like that. Yeah.
But I think it's something
Well,
we should
we
definitely
gotta
have.
figure out a way for a more communication reaction type of thing in RTA, because like roping is stupid, and toxic, right? You're wasting your own time and the other person's time. You could have been doing something else with your own
You know
time,
what they're
right?
gonna release? I figured it out. They're tired of those legendary packs that they have once a month. The last one was 3 re-ups, and then the previous was like pets, and then the previous was like mounts and buildings. Now it's gonna be emotes through that. Because that's just an
I don't know,
accessory,
yeah,
right?
like-
So it'll be a legendary $100 pack, and the bonus, there's always a little bonus, right? It's gonna be a GG emote.
Oh, no.
Dude, that'll make everybody buy
Right.
it, dude. That's crazy. Yeah.
I think
That's it.
just more
That's the start of
versatile
emotes
than
right there.
emotes would just be like you could just chat with them. I don't see why you guys why Troca and Nick
No,
doesn't
I don't know about chatting, dude. I don't know about chatting. That can have its PR issues, to be honest.
No,
But
Oh,
emotes,
hey, man, I like you. How did you proc so many times in a match? Let me chat with you. So it was 15 procs, and I didn't proc not even once? Well, that's awesome. Good chatting with you, bro. You're the
You
best
have to
player
choose
in the
me.
game. Get out of here, man. What are you talking about? I'm not gonna
You know-
have to lock stack me.
You know what they need? You know what they need for Chocobo?
Yeah.
They need it so that when the match is done, there's a 30-second time frame where the mic activates and you can chat with them with the mic.
Please,
Dude, that was so funny, man.
please.
Like
I
the
don't
old
care
like
if you're Chinese, Asian, whatever. You're gonna learn some curse words in English today, boy. You're gonna learn how Chocobo gets down. I'm telling you.
that reminds me of how CS:GO used to be. On the halftime of CS:GO, when you swapped over in CS:GO matches, you actually were able to use your mic and talk to the opponents. It always used to be trash talking every single half, dude. They stopped it though. They stopped it, but that totally reminds me of that. So good, dude.
Yeah.
Such good times.
Crazy, man.
All
Please
right.
don't do that because you're gonna make me. I'll get banned. I think I'll be like the. That is 100% fact. That if they do that, I'm banned 100%. There goes all my years that I've been playing Summoners War.
Imagine customer support. They're already like
But you
handling
just said
all the
at the
banned
beginning of
accounts. How are they
podcast-
gonna handle people that are toxic in game now too? There are people that are trying to get their account packs, never gonna get their account packs, dude. At the rate of that, if there's more emails going in, we're putting Chocobo.
I'm have to be honest. I'm actually surprised that my stream is adult and my curse words are left and right, and I curse a lot and I say a lot of stuff that it's not Twitch approved, and I haven't even got an email yet. So, thank you guys for whoever watches my stream and supports me and notes me that doesn't want to report me. Appreciate it.
I mean, there are TOS things though, but I've seen your stream for the most part. I mean, you rage. It's not TOS. It's normal to be angry and whatnot. So I've seen a lot of streams that do that.
You know how many hosts I've broken? I think like 12 or 13.
As long as you're not harming yourself intentionally. Like, if it's
I
actually-
did. I broke the table.
He punched the table.
The video of me breaking the table and I punched
no,
it
Bloody
dude.
knuckles.
on live stream. You didn't see that? I
No.
broke the table in half.
Oh no,
Joey,
And I messed
dude.
up my hand. Look at this. I'm not even kidding. Look at my
I told you,
hand.
just bloody knuckles.
Oh
Yo, look at
my
this.
god,
Yeah.
dude.
No, look at
He's
this.
like,
My hand on the little finger is the bone is messed up from punching that table.
Oh my
I'm not
God,
even kidding.
dude.
Like I broke it in half.
Poor table. No one ever asked about how the table felt.
Yeah, dude. When we hang out in IRL again, I'll make sure if you're doing RTAs to not sit by you, dude. Just in case.
I don't do RTA when I'm around people.
Yeah, I know.
When we hang
Everybody's
out in
doing
real life,
RTAs.
I'm gonna get you a
That's funny
stuffed
story.
animal.
That's a funny story. I'm gonna tell you a funny story. This is how bad it is.
Go ahead.
Every time I do cardio at the gym, I'm a bodybuilder, so I do stuff every day. So I'm doing cardio and I'm on a match, and I get so involved and I forget that I'm at the gym and I'm cursing with my headphones on and I punch the machine and everybody next to me is looking at me like, what the fuck is this wrong with this guy? And I'm like, oh shit, I'm at the gym. Let me just stop doing RTA right now. It was bad. It
Oh
was
my
really
God.
bad. So I had to do RTA at home. That is the only place that calling me and
I agree.
Karen yelling at me, telling me,
I
John,
could
shut up.
R5. I could R5 at the gym, but I cannot RTA at the gym.
Okay. Any other quality of life changes that we didn't mention yet that you guys want to bring up? Any ideas?
I think
No,
chatting got
touched
shut
it.
down. Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, maybe emotes though. Like I like the idea of emotes. I'm gonna keep pushing for that because I think it's cool.
I like that too, but
doesn't do
I
anything
don't know.
negative, you know? Like some GGs and some whatnot that can be fun, right? And then maybe some of the emotes that don't intentionally, are BM, we instinctively make it our own memes that it's a BM, you know what I mean? Like that can be fun for the community.
Yeah.
You know, it's fun. That little bit is definitely, fine, especially online. It's the culture of the internet now, so I don't think there's any issues with it at all. So
I think so too.
I hope they do that.
More interaction between you and your opponent will be
I agree.
nice.
I agree. All right, moving on to topic number 3 here today. Topic number 3 is what kind of units do you want to see in the game? Yeah, this is gonna kind of segue into topic 4 as well about buffs and nerfs. So we'll kind of combine topic 3 and 4 as always. Buffs and nerfs, right, to certain units, as well as what kind of new units you want to see. Like what you want them to look like. Like you want it to look like an octopus. You want it to look like an insect. Like what kind of ideas can we give them on their next units, as well as skill wise. Right? What kind of skills can we implement that might, shift the meta a little bit? Something that people haven't really thought about, right? To counter some of these units that are, out there already. Go ahead.
I think they lack a slot 2 and 3 right now, and maybe a slot 1 might be too strong, but like maybe like a different type of speed lead or something like that will be pretty necessary for Summoner's War to change
I
up
feel
the
like
meta.
another cool thing that they should do is like add a new LDs
Someone's
and
echoing.
like
Someone's echoing.
and regular like fire, water, and wind, whatever. they should add something new that is just neutral to everything.
What do you mean?
Some-
Neutral? You mean like dark?
Like you
Yeah,
know how light and dark are
Thompson, you're
neutral to
echoing,
each
Thompson.
other.
You wanna recap?
But they
Yeah,
should do
advantageous or-
one that is also to the water, just something that just has nothing to do with everything else. It's just like some
Like a new element on its own, like
Yes.
no element, no advantage,
Yes.
no disadvantage, neutral.
in the fire, whenever you go do the what's the name of that thing, the island,
we good?
Good.
There's just like a dog that has like a different color. I forgot the name
Oh,
of that thing.
Feynman. Yeah, you're talking
Yeah,
about
there's a
Feynman.
dog that has a different something like
Oh.
that,
Ah.
something different.
You know what that could be? That would be nice if we incorporate the idea of that element, that Famin element, right? Into a new fusion, or a a new unit that they release like Fairy Queen and Vampire Lord. That would be
Are you talking
interesting.
about like a unit that has like no elemental disadvantage, or what do you
Yeah,
mean?
no advantage, no disadvantage. Just
Yeah.
a neutral.
Oh, kind of like
Neutral.
Molong's
Element neutral.
third skill, right?
What does that have to do?
You mean like the fire, more like the fire demon, right? Like the fire demon's AOE.
Yeah, wait, yeah.
Something
Kind of like that, yeah.
different.
But
Yeah,
an
but-
element, a unit element of that. Of
You
that
got
stuff.
confused because I wasn't being serious, but Invictus is being serious. Like, yeah, something like that.
He's trying to
feel-
troll me,
also
dude. He's
another
trying to troll me.
You know that what they lack. There's only like the two only monsters I had is the Sarian and the water.
And
Silk,
Isis,
whatever you
three.
wanna-
Ice, three of them. The Oblivion, right?
Yeah, Oblivion, yeah, and
Oblivion
Isis.
units,
I think
yeah.
they should add maybe like a couple more, so you could actually use it.
Right.
And also, you know how there's only one monster that can get nothing, which is the light Vanessa. She needs to be able to also have a counter because it's just not, the game is built for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But you cannot Oblivion her, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Right. But that's
No,
her
you
How do
power.
you-
Correct.
That's her power though, because she's not that
Yeah,
crazy.
but everybody should have a weakness. That's the fun of the game.
She has a weakness.
Her
She
weakness-
needs damage.
She has
She
weaknesses.
needs attack. She needs crit rate, crit damage. She has a weakness.
No,
Okay.
I think her
She
biggest-
needs, she needs everything,
Her
right?
biggest weakness is that if you don't rune her correctly or well enough, she doesn't do anything really, to be honest.
But
Except
She
even
gets
if
igno-
you
she
root
gets
her
ignored.
correctly, her she's only up here.
So you guys have never got counter every single time you hit her, like 4 times in a row, and she hasn't
Your
messed you guys
comp,
up.
your
I've-
comp is very susceptible to that monster, but there are other comps that
Something.
aren't.
I've been changing my comps. You haven't really
Okay.
seen all my videos.
What he's
No, I
saying
haven't.
is,
But I'm just saying your
uh,
previous comps.
What he's saying is you don't know me, Thompson. They'll talk like you know me, is what he's saying,
that.
bro.
I understand that. I understand that.
But yeah, I do think that more Oblivion monsters can be a thing. Like, even units that are kind of bad, the buff for them, Oblivion, can be game changing. Can be game changing to add that in.
Like, if you just bring in a healer, she can't really out damage a healer.
I mean, the problem with Oblivion though is we go back to the issue of we bring it up, but there's just too many cleanses. It's really hard to get Oblivion to land on something, right? And then be able to follow it up.
But the fact of giving that extra Oblivion to a unit can like accentuate the value of that unit, right? Whether that unit is a stripper or a damage dealer, it can give it a little bit of a push of more value, right? So it brings a little bit more threat for your opponents to have to cleanse and worry about that situation, right?
At least
So-
make a win unit that also has it, because fire has it, water has it. There's no win unit that has it, so that's disadvantage for. Am I gonna use the Sarian on a water unit? How is that gonna land? It's a very small chance to land, but I'm just saying something in wind would actually do it like that. Like if you're gonna have that, put it on at least on every natural unit, like water, fire, wind, and also there's a light, though you need a dark too. I'm just saying something like that just makes it even.
What
Not
about they just buffed? What about if they just buffed Oblivion to not be cleansable? 'Cause most
that's
units right now,
big.
the units right now can only do 2-turn Oblivion.
That's not good. Yeah.
That's probably a little too OP.
That's
Yeah.
true.
No,
Only
that
two
would
strong.
be broken.
That would be like heavy. Oh,
At
that
least-
would bring
at least
ISIS
not
into the meta
cleansable,
though.
but it will-
That
it
would
will
that
bring
would
ISIS
bring
into the
ISIS.
meta.
That brings
Yeah.
ISIS to the meta.
It will be
though, for the people
neutral.
with ISIS.
Yeah, but how about making neutral? Like, the Oblivion will land, on water with the accuracy and resistance check, not just by also being fire versus water. Something that
Isn't
will
that
just get neutral. Like, there's an attack that does that. That always it doesn't have a disadvantage on the enemy.
Theo Mars,
Like Theomars, yes, something like that.
Leica. non-glancing.
So all
Yeah,
Oblivion should just go through resistance check regardless of glancing or element. That would be a
Exactly.
slight buff to have it, true. But I need more units to have it though, right? That brings Tassarin back into
more
the
units
meta.
will need it.
That brings Herney maybe into the meta, but I need more units, right? That can't just be it. That cannot be it, for sure.
Yeah.
What a lot of people always suggest runes or like monsters that will counter violent, right? Let's just take a second and give into that idea. What if there's a unit that guarantees that that your next unit will take their turn or people won't violent after it, right? I don't know. Like what? Let's just give into a second here and think about it, because I usually dismiss any kind of runes or units like that. But what about an idea like that? That
Like
has
a
some kind of
passive?
unit, like a passive,
Like a
yeah.
passive from a unit, a monster that has that would be nice, because you can always believe in it, you can always counter it. I think that would be something good. But again, what you're gonna make a nat 5 that not everybody's gonna has it, and the person that has it is gonna first pick it.
True, that's true. That's gonna be a first pick unit all the time then.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
because
too hard.
who's not gonna bring that versus Thompson or Invictus with all this bio sets? You know what I'm saying? Everybody's gonna bring
Right.
that.
That's
It's like an
true.
auto ban, so you can bring something else to counter, because he's gonna ban that because his procs are gonna be less. But again, 12%. They download the 12% to procs, and you still procking at 12% as much. So
Okay.
what is that passive gonna be?
True. Just wanted to bring it up because people always talk about it. So just to kind of lay it down. How about a unit with a passive that doesn't allow attack gauge reduction on your entire team? Like the passive makes it so there's no attack bar reduction in your whole team. A reverse Tian Lang. I don't know.
Attack bar reduction.
Instead of reducing it, just makes it there's no attack bar reduction allowed on your
That
team.
makes that unit kind of niche, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that would
Hathor.
be...
Hathor.
I understand.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, but how about you got Tableau? Tableau will always do it. It doesn't matter if you have it or not. You can be on will, and Tableau is gonna reduce your bar. What, you gonna bring that unit just to counter a Tableau, something like that? That's just I don't see a big use on RTA, because it's just not everybody runs.
It's just
It
making, just trying to make more Tian Langs, right? Just to counter a lot of the attack gauge meta, just to change it up a little bit, right? Is all
I'm telling you, if they want to change up the meta, they have to come up with monsters that are available for the slot 1, 2, and 3. The last elemental monsters that came out were very, like, the Beast Riders, they're very slot 4 and 5. Like,
4
they're
and
very
5,
niche
yeah.
picks in a way. And if they come out with more monsters, like, imagine they came up with, like, 6 monsters that are slot 1 the next day. Oh, my God, the whole meta is going to shift, right? Imagine they came out with, like, 10 Speedleys the next patch, right? Whole meta is going to shift, right? So it just depends. They had the option. They just don't do it. So, yeah. Right now, the meta is still around Hathor, and then you put all your runes around Hathor, and there you go. You call it a day. Or some people go the different route. They put it on, like, Bastet, Villagewell. Or some people go a different route. They put it on, like, Bruisery stuff, and they protect it, like Vanessa and etc. Yeah. And if you have Light and Dark Nat 5, some people put it around, like, Young Hong. Yeah, it's really, that's how the meta is right now.
Let's see.
I just feel like everybody that is above G1, G2, they all have LDs, at least 95%.
That's what I was trying to talk about earlier. I just feel like there's a lot of players with LDs. I've seen some of the replays, and I've just been hearing people complain about it, that it's super
Must be
LD.
nice.
Like everybody's like coming into playing with LDs here. It must be nice. What rank are you right now, Invictus?
Yeah.
I think it's like 70, but I'm still under 200 wings, so I need to catch up.
Let's see.
Must be nice. Must be nice to be that good. Yo, the other day I matched you, and I completely increased the cool time on the wrong unit, which was supposed to be hot. That I was like, wow, Invictus probably thinking that I'm stupid right now.
Invictus got angry at you at that match because you flashed all your Beast Riders at him.
That was that was my own
Wait,
fault.
was it that match? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was that match. I increased the cool time on something else instead of Hathor, and then you Hathor proc right away, and that was game right there.
I guess that's instant karma, is what they would say.
I guess that's what I get for
Arch
flexing.
Nemesis is what he would say.
Nah, I can barely even beat Invictus. I think I've beat him once.
All right, dude, you don't give yourself enough credit, honestly.
Thompson, I can never beat this guy. I swear to God.
Me against you guys, my win percentage is like 2%.
Yeah.
Come on,
Watch it losing.
you beat me.
All right, so back to the
2
topic
days
in
ago.
terms of someone's got echo again, but back to the topic of appearance-wise and skill-wise. What else can we suggest? Yeah, well, we didn't talk too much about appearances. What do you like? Like in all the games that you play, all the cartoons and what that you guys have seen. Like, what kind of characters you want to see, man, in the game? Like, what'd be fresh? What'd be cool? Because we know they're gonna release a new fusion this year, right?
To be honest,
it's one fusion a year, and we know they're gonna
Aren't they
release new
doing
units.
HOH really soon? Isn't it going to be Molly?
yeah.
No, it's not Molly, dude. I don't think so.
Don't say that.
Okay, fine. It's Molly then. All right. Usually they release HOH by like Tuesday night or Wednesday, so we should probably see it. I think it's
Oh my
Chammy.
god, it's going to be Molly. I'm telling you guys, it's going to be Molly. I'm saying it right now.
Yeah.
Huh?
We have a meme.
It's
that
gonna be Molly, man.
Chammy. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, I feel like that's what it is. I hope I'm wrong though. I really hope I'm wrong.
I hope you're wrong too.
Yeah.
Said it before.
Who do you guys think it's going to be?
You think it's what? Pang? Oh yeah, Pang.
I hope it's Pang.
Pang.
Like Rikshasa.
I was thinking either Pang or Chammy.
No
Yeah,
chance
it's one
for
of
Molly?
those.
No,
I
dude.
don't think it's low.
I think they
so.
could,
It's like
go-
90%
they could
Molly.
give her out. I could use the skill ups actually for beta.
Skill up,
so.
you are a fan of
I'll give you one of my spares, okay, Thompson? Don't worry.
Thank
If it's not HH, I'll
Sweet.
send one
He
of
doesn't
your
need your
okay?
Molly. He's got one IRL. Pog. All right, we'll move on to the last topic here then. The last topic is just open discussion. Whatever you want to bring up, you can go back to RTAs, whatever it is. Yeah, feel free to bring any topics. We got about 5-10 minutes left here for the podcast.
Oh, boy, what happened with the buff and nerf discussion though? Because
We can go into that.
how
Open
they,
discussion.
how they need to nerf the damn light Leica. That dude is just broken.
Oh,
What?
That guy is broken.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah, Jaeger.
Jaeger.
You're talking about Jaeger.
Wait, did you just say Leica? I swear to God I heard Leica.
You said
Leica.
light
Light.
Leica.
Oh, light Leica. I was like, yo, Leica? Like, oh shit. Why are you trying to... Okay. Oh, light Leica. Okay, let's talk about him. Let's talk about Jaeger.
They need to nerf him because like it's just you pick him and Ragdoll together and it's like a nonsense. You're just gonna win.
no, you don't even need Ragdoll, Trokamu. You just pick
Yeah.
him and 3 healers, and you're good.
That's it. Game over.
Yes.
So true.
That's just the thing is broken.
And it's either you deal with 3 healers, or you deal with 4 healers, or you deal with him, and it's just like impossible. It's crazy. Yeah, he's really good. He's legit.
I think he's broken.
I mean,
think
when
he needs a little
when it
fix.
first came out, everybody was all like, "Oh, Jaeger, yeah, he's strong, but he sucks. You put debuffs on him, and he's useless." And then now everybody's like, "Yo, Jaeger first pick, like Jaeger first pick." Like everybody's
Yeah,
using
you're
Jaeger.
gonna put a debuff, right? But then you buff Ileana, and Ileana can get that shield thing in every single turn because if she procs and then she gives another turn to herself, she already got the buffs up there, so that's cleanse already. That's
I
just.
feel like you're talking about one specific player that's running that
No,
card.
a lot of
running
people.
that. Everybody's running Ileana with that thing.
Yeah,
There's
no,
a
a
couple
lot of people
players.
running like that.
There's a lot
They're
of
running with like 3 healers, pretty much. Revivers are healers too. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I know Alex does it, but he's not the only one.
he's
A lot
not.
of people
yeah, no,
do
there's
it.
a lot of people
Yeah.
using it. Yeah.
A lot of people do it, and it's a good combo because what you're gonna do? Deal with a Ragdoll Ileana and then a Hathor and something else. Or you're gonna deal with this damn light Jaeger that just one hits you with no buff.
Yeah, it's
You
tough.
know, because he
That's-
gets the stacks.
Yeah.
He gets the stacks, so he gets even more. I think that they should nerf the stacks, maybe half the damage, because if you keep hitting something else and you're not hitting him, once he hits you, he's gonna hit hard.
I'll tell you the one feel
gets
good
through
about
everything.
Jaeger is that back then you summon a Jaeger and you didn't summon a Ragdoll, you feel really bad. Now if you summon a Jaeger and you don't have a Ragdoll, you're like, I feel fucking good, I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
People with Jaeger feel really good. That
Yeah.
thing hurts. The Justice change was huge. Like it was really, really big, especially because Justice is already 2 turns, right? But that
Yeah,
change
they-
to it is massive, dude.
They could buff
Absolutely.
Isis, they could buff Lima, they could buff Fermion. They buff Fermion, but Fermion's still not that good, right? I told you guys, he's on the list, right?
I mean, it was never really used before, too. So I mean, it's not enough. It's not enough. But
Think about Kraken.
I just feel like there's some LD NAF 4s. I just feel there's some LD NAF 4s
Yes, they
that are
should.
way better than a lot of LD NAF. So makes no sense,
yeah, true.
Well, you can't compare it like that because you're using the best LD NAT 4s and NAT 3s versus the worst LD NAT 5s, and it's about the same. You can't compare to like the best LD NAT 5s versus the best LD NAT 4s. It's still
Yeah, but I mean, how hard it is to get an LD nat 5. Let's just say one day, oh my god,
Oh, yeah.
I got lightning on the LD, and then I got a nat 5.
Banana.
Boom, you get your Sam.
Shazam. Oh,
You didn't
Yo,
get
the
anything.
shade. Throw the
Wow.
shade at Shazam. Wait a minute.
You didn't
Whoa.
get anything. So for that, you use 4 stars LDs, and they're way better than that. I'm just saying, like, at least, you know, if you're gonna have something that is gonna be really hard to get, make
I
it
think
worth
this
it.
brought this up earlier, but Kraka is really, really bad.
You have one too, don't you? You have one, don't you,
Yeah.
Thompson?
I do.
She's
That's how I know
horrible.
it's really bad.
Yeah, and you know it's kind of bruiser
Yeah.
meta, huh? So you know Thompson was like, oh, you know Kraken will fill in there good. We just gotta make her a little bit stronger, and I
Well,
can use it.
I
With
just
my
say it as
comp.
it is. Like, I have good runes. I test the monster out, and if it's really bad, I'll say it's really bad. Like Laura's really bad.
Maybe you just
Kraka,
didn't find the
she's
right
really
combo.
bad.
Maybe you just didn't find the right combo with her yet.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know how to play the game. I just explained to you guys how
there's a lot of
RTA is done,
combos,
and
right?
like I don't know.
I'm just saying there's a lot of combos out there. Maybe all of them
Sure.
haven't been tried. Who
Sure,
knows?
let's put Kraka as a slot 1. Sure, let's go.
Kraka is probably a slot 4-5, but yeah.
Probably, maybe, but not
I mean,
really.
Kraka is
Probably a slot
Kraka
6,
is
right?
like-
I prefer her as slot 6 or slot 7.
You see how Kraka
So
has the
stupid.
Sith? You know, Kraka has the Sith, right? Of like the demon, whatever. So she is like a storage holder, just like my light demon,
Yeah.
Lucifer.
Imagine
They
getting
just
a,
go-
imagine
they
getting a
guard
light
it.
demon.
They guard it. They
Imagine.
guard it over there,
like-
so nobody gets it.
If you go light demon Leo, like whoa,
Yeah, imagine
Right?
imagine having a light demon, dude. What fuckhead would summon you that
light demon is
shit?
not that bad, right? Light demon Leo, what do you do?
You ban Leo, that's it. Game over. You're faster
Okay, yeah,
than
true.
him. GG.
But then you bring 2 other toxic units in, like Hathor and whatever, right? Hathor Chiwu. There you go.
The other day, I'm not gonna lie. That combo, yes, is nice because
you.
you know you get. I got that twice.
No brainer.
I got looped by that. And
No
and-
brainer. Leo,
but-
Leo, Lucifer. Game over.
You have it,
No,
Chocobo.
because you can always have have revive. You can have a lot of stuff. I think if you add a wind demon to that nobody can revive, then that'll be a little better. But you ban Leo and you're faster than the other guy. What is he gonna do? He's not gonna do anything. That's it.
Speaking of
Because
demons,
if you-
though,
if
can
you're
we,
bringing a Leo, that means you're gonna bring a fat Lucian that is slower than slow. So that's what happened to me. I got 14K cards the other day. That was funny
Was it funny?
because I deserved it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let it through. I want to see how it does, and it works. But if I would have banned the Leo or if I would have banned the Lucian, what are you gonna do? You're not gonna do anything. The light demon by itself is only a 1/3 turn. If I get you in first turn, you're good. If we're going to the second turn, which is meta right now, bruiser it up. What are you gonna do to me? You're not gonna do anything.
Can you not turn cycle with him pretty well? No.
It don't the percentage is not worth it. If you have right there, if you bring a Leo, a Lucian, and you bring the demon, you have 2 extra units that you gotta bring to actually kill me and nuke me. But if I ban the Lucian, how are you gonna beat me if I bring a healer?
Makes sense.
It's just I'm talking about like you don't want to bring one unit that just in one turn. If I don't get you, you lose. That's not the play to
That's Daphnis right there.
Let's see.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Invictus, about demons?
I was gonna say that. What about fire and water? You don't see any of them. Fire.
Got a good buff for
I
them,
mean,
though.
Thompson's talked about it before, right? That
Yeah.
one's probably should be on the buff table. Same with
The
water.
fire one is definitely on the buff table. The water
Yo,
one, we made the
that
suggestion.
fire
The water
one,
one,
when
the
you
water one
read
just
it,
has to change the
Sounds
passive.
so OP though. Have you guys
Dude,
read the third
But
skill?
dude, I fought somebody 2 days ago where he brought the
Yeah.
water demon, and both the times it revived, I procced and just killed it again.
Exactly.
And
it
it
has
just,
to cut.
and then
it has to
the
cut.
game ended. It didn't do anything.
It has
Oh,
to
right.
cut. It needs to be like an Antares when it revives. That brings it power. If it can do that.
Yeah.
Guarantee
takes
itself a
time or
turn.
something, I don't know.
Yeah. If it guarantees a turn and you can nuke something, that's huge, dude. People gotta worry
Yeah.
about that. That's a
That
small
fire
change you can
one.
do to it.
You guys read the skill description of the third skill?
Sounds
It sounds
great
like
on
it's gonna
paper.
destroy everything.
It's like massive damage, doomsday apocalypse.
Dude,
and
he
then
pretty
does
much just
nothing.
comes out with a feather and just tickles everybody. Oh my god.
With maybe one dot.
You make me choke, bro.
Dude, it's true, man. The fire one's so bad.
Hey, but
Fuck,
he,
man.
he
Yeah,
has,
some
he's,
dust.
he's advantageous against everybody though. Come on, dude. That's so good.
They just
What?
need to change his multiplier. That's
Yeah.
all.
The issue is
They need to
he's
tweak his
in
multiplier.
a weird spot because there's already several fire AoE damage dealers, right? And they all have debuffs with them.
Yeah,
So it's
I
like,
think they got
what do you give him to
bit
make him
lazy
unique?
him.
they're trying to make you combo it. Like, I think that, like, I feel like, okay, not no disrespect to the ComTOS like dev
But
team
it's
or whatnot,
speedly
but
on
dude,
him.
I wonder how advanced the ComTOS dev team is in RTA or even in like their own game. You know what I mean? Because their thought process was probably like, oh yeah, we got like Rika and stuff that put dots, so let's make them combo Rika with, you know, the Fire Demon, right? Because he does more damage on dots. You know what I mean? Like, that's a great idea, but it's not feasible, right? It doesn't really do anything. So I
Yeah,
don't
because
know.
like you only have that slot for like one of each if we're talking about RTA, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, even in other usages in the game, where are you gonna use it? Is that combo really feasible? Like, I'm gonna set up a dot
my
unit
issue
to a nuke.
It's the skill. It's like, don't lie to me. The skill lied to me. You know? Like, I read the
did.
skill. I'm like, that's the one I want. You guys are all using it wrong. And I
Wait.
pulled it and I devilmonned it. And man,
No.
oh my god. It's like, it should just say skill 3 tickles everybody on the other team. It should just say that. Just say as it is, man. I don't mind.
Oh man. Yeah, that thing that definitely is above. The demons are very lackluster. The demons are very lackluster. They've been sitting there for a little while waiting for a buff. So I hope they get touched the next season.
The dark one is the only good one. The dark is good.
Yeah, dark one
think
could
that's the only
be,
one,
but
but I
there
feel
is
like-
there is counters to the dark one. The biggest counter to the dark one that I found and people have been talking about is Rayoke. Rayoke's a really nice unit against the dark one. You kill
Dude,
it.
I have
you
not
kill
seen
it
many
again,
people
you
take
kill it.
Rayokes lately.
Yeah, you just get a Oki or a Gani.
Right, but you like
but
a
I'm just
slot 4 or 5 Rayoke go into that and just keep killing him. Keep killing the dark, the whatever he revives, because you keep getting turns, so it don't matter. Don't matter at all.
I feel like increasing the cooltime will be better on that. But I feel like, you know, whenever it comes to us, like you're talking about, you know, they just released those, couple months before, and it doesn't make sense that you're going to bring 5 units that only one works. You know, they released the Beast Riders, and the Beast Riders, 3 of them are good. The Water, the Wind, and the Light one are good. The Dark one is and the Fire one it's good for its use, but I don't feel like it's the same as the Water and
Yeah, the
Wood.
fire one's very niche. Yeah.
Yeah, the fire
so,
one
like,
started
I'm
off
just-
as the strongest, I feel. Like, people are hyped up about it, and then it kind of slowly fell down a little bit. Do you guys feel that? And like,
That's
because
that
the
was
base
most
speed
talked
hype,
about.
right?
Definitely.
Yeah, the base speed hype.
That 123? What?
Fucking
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like,
Speed
you know,
scaling? What?
You make units, and then you're gonna make all the units suck except one. So you know you're gonna make them all at least be good.
Right, right.
But
At
I
least
think
one of them,
Fire has
right?
potential
Yeah,
though, most potential for like a defense unit though, right? At least in like Siege, Guild Wars.
Right. Take it first turn. Obaba was asking you, Chokamu, what's the multiplier or the attack gauge for the light demon? Like, what is the proportion? Like, how much you hit, how much you get, like from what you seen?
I think the most you can get is 4%, and you have to hit. I think like a tenth, like a tenth, or like
Four?
if
Just say
if you hit
4%,
more
Did
than
you
a,
just say 4% attack
Did you say
gauge?
4?
it's super shitty. It sucks.
So what if you do
It's
half
horrible.
their if you do half their health?
That's the maximum thing you get is 4 or 5.
What?
It sucks.
Yeah,
Those
that's why
damage
you have to
attack,
combo with
really.
Leo. It's
But
like
the only but listen to this. If your Leo is not built attack crit damage attack, and you hit a monster and you don't hit enough of the bar, you don't get no attack bar.
How much damage did you find that you have to do for it to like
Yeah,
give
you
you
said it's only
like,
10% though, right? 10% of
You
your
you,
attack
you
bar.
had you had to take out like 10% the health, or I think 15% for it to actually give you a percentage up. But the maximum I think
Yeah,
is
that's
4
a
or
little
5.
steep.
And if your Leo is not built attack with damage attack, and you hit a tanky unit and you don't take barely any health out, you're not gonna get the.
So if
the
I do
increase-
50% of his health on his whole team, I get 5% attack gauge.
That's it.
on
What
the flip
the-
side, it counters Leo really well too.
I'm just saying, it's just
What
like
the fuck?
it-
5%? That's so much
it-
work.
it
Ragdoll
takes-
just sits there. The bullshit, dude.
the only good thing
No,
about
right.
him, the only good thing about him is that if I hit you, I also get percentage up.
Oh, any of your
Like-
units hit.
Yeah, when you deal
Yeah,
damage.
so if I hit you or you hit me, we get percentage. That'll be the only difference that makes it okay, but it doesn't make anything.
Oh,
because
wait, I didn't know that.
it-
So it's
you know what I'm
per
saying?
hit
Like-
then. So if you, I mean, is it per hit or per turn? Like if I say, well, what if I bring a Verd, right? Will I get the Verd gauge and 5% because Verd hit twice then? Let's say if I did enough damage.
If you don't hit, no, if you don't hit, the health that you need to hit is not gonna give you anything. You have
But
to.
but if it's a multi-hit, let's say it's a Diana then, and it does 15%, 50%, do I get 15% attack gauge then 555 because there's 3 multi-hits? Or no?
I think it's
Was it
one
one?
time. That's it.
Oh,
I think,
shit, it's by turn.
Ryan,
that's really
I think
bad.
you need to bring a monster like Mo Long to combo off with Lucifer.
Oh shit, I heard about that.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I heard you have to bring
What?
Molly with it too, so then you can counteract the
Oh.
crit. You know what I'm saying?
Touche.
Yeah.
Well played. friend.
What? No. What do you mean touche? What's going on?
But my actually work. It's like mine that is actually real. You know.
Right. True.
Yeah.
Like Molong will guarantee that. True.
Yeah.
But I guess the only OP like thing he says is that actually any unit on your team, not just him. I always thought it was just him, but it's anybody. It's the anybody on your team.
Yeah,
Have
but that's
you
not
tried
working.
Daphnis with it?
You don't want to bring that. That
Yeah.
thing is dead. If you're not hitting hard, that thing is dead. What is it gonna do? Well, I mean, hold on. The second skill, whenever he attacks, he also increases 20% of the attack bar to everybody else.
Oh yeah, he has that skill that the demons
Okay,
have.
so he gives 25 almost on that skill then.
So yeah, but I mean, if you hit the right amount of damage or the percentage, you will get that 5%. But you don't always get 5%. You get 4, 3, 2%, 1%. You don't get nothing sometimes. What's worth with that? That's just a this is garbage.
What about Daphnis, dude?
Yeah, Daphnis will
Yeah,
guarantee it. Daphnis Molong guarantee that attack gauge boost. But like he says, the 5% is negligible unless you actually have Leo. So if like people ban the Leo,
What are you
then-
gonna bring? A
what are you
Daphnis
gonna
with a light demon and what else?
I mean,
That's not
you
gonna
have
do
your
anything
Gianna.
else.
Daphnis will be good. Daphnis will
For
I mean,
be
the
that,
thing-
listen,
I would say there's like-
the water beast rider, the S3 is way better than the light demon because the S3 increases the attack bar to a lot depending on how much you actually hit, and it also strips.
Yeah, but
That's
it's a turn
what
one
attack
play.
bar
It's a
is.
turn one play, right? The
By
light
the
one
way,
has
I have
multi-turn
been,
play,
I've
like
been
later.
Yeah,
messing
but
with-
are you gonna bring the light demon to get second turn? That's
Yeah,
stupid. You
that-
want to
that's
get
a little
first
weird.
turn.
Yeah.
I've been messing around with Barbara, and it's really good.
Yeah, a lot of people have been saying that. I've talked to Fate Mem too, and he's like, it's the best one, you know. So that's
Yeah.
it seems like a lot of people are hyping.
I
up
don't know about the best one, but she's good.
Yeah.
I think it's
solid.
more.
She's good.
It could be used more often than Savannah. Savannah's more niche than the
Yeah.
one.
One thing that they gotta fix though, you know how Leo has that that he goes first and then he goes by speed. So on the win one, on the Beast Rider win, okay, I understand that Leo goes first and he's faster than me, so I understand that I'm not gonna decrease the attack bar of him. But everybody else, if I'm faster than them, the bar should go down, but they doesn't. Her S3 doesn't work when you have a
Good
Leo.
to know.
Isn't that
Yeah.
what? Shouldn't that be the right way though? Leo's like a counter to her, right?
Yeah,
I'd
but
say.
only him because he's the fastest, not everybody else.
No, but
You see what I mean? Like I understand. Let's just say, okay, Leo goes, he attacks first, and then I go with Gianna. I do S3, and I take all the I stun everybody, whatever, and then I go S3 with the win one. At least I should get the attack bar decrease on everybody else because I'm faster.
I think
Right,
it's
because it goes
technically
like
because like
3%.
for the rest of the match though, everybody's attack speed is the same.
It's not
Yeah,
the
because
same. It
Leo
goes by who's
matches
faster.
everyone's. Yeah,
Leo
but
matches
Leo
everyone's
matches
speed.
everyone's
As
speed,
intended.
So
right?
whatever your turn
Yeah.
order is your turn order, unless there's some kind of attack bar mitigation.
Yeah,
Like
correct.
it guarantees. It's like chess at that point. It's like this, unless there's any attack gauge mitigation, right?
Yeah, it's only turn one that is determined by speed. That's
But
it.
it says there that it goes by speed order. So if there's no attack, nothing. So it goes by speed order. So whoever's faster, right?
Right.
So if my win one is faster than everybody else except the Leo, I should be able to deplete the bar of the people that are faster.
Right.
Wanna talk
I
about
don't know.
skill
I
threes?
kind of
Let's
like
talk about
Leo as a
Fire
counter.
Demon skill three.
Don't take that away.
No, that's stupid. That's how it should work. But I guess
But I mean,
Leo
turn order
runs
is
it.
separate than like speed, isn't it?
Yeah, turn order is different to speed. Correct.
I don't know. That's just something that I was thinking about. Like Leo does counter her somehow, some bit. You still get the defense break though.
By the way,
Which is
question about Leo. You guys still have Leo on Nemesis, or you think Leo is better on Revenge now because the attack bar decreases more? You know,
I still have mine on Nemesis, even though I
It's still
don't.
on Nemesis to get the torrent off. But does that attack bar matter, or you think it's better on Revenge? Because whenever they hit it, he's kind of like Jaeger now, and he decreases attack bar.
He
I kinda
decreases
like
the
Nemesis
attack bar,
Because-
but he doesn't gain any. So if he doesn't gain any, and somebody else is gonna go first, then like let's just say that Mo Long does S3 on him, and he's still at 30%. His attack bar increases instead of just countering him.
That's
I feel
true.
like Nemesis is better.
I think Revenge could be a possible build for him now, and I'm gonna try it out. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, try that out for
Yeah,
it depends
interesting.
on where you're using it, right? But I feel that Nemesis will set you up for the situation to torrent better. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
So it
but who's
depends on
gonna
what you
be
play.
like? Who in the right of mind is gonna
Usually not.
reckless a Leo?
Right,
Like
right.
who in the world will reckless a Leo? Right?
So
You
maybe it
reckless
comes down
something
to-
else. You know, like the Vertihill on the other team, and then you kill the Leo last.
Right.
That's why I think Revenge is the right build for him now.
Yeah, maybe Revenge
In
is
case
good
like
for
some
RTA.
AOE stuff.
Very
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
I don't know about, but I got my. That's your opinion. You can
Plus,
try it out and let me
continuous
know.
damage adds up and it hurts. You know. I don't know.
I mean,
I'm,
it's still-
I'm gonna try it out
Nemesis
and I'll let
still
you know
got it.
what is the
That
best build.
Maybe that dot will be better. The dot that you will get,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, but the
I'll try it out. I'll
Thompson's-
let you know.
yeah,
I'll let
Thompson is-
everybody know which one's the best
Yeah,
build.
Thompson's saying the revenge
Cool,
for
let us
the
know.
attack bar reduction because that could be big, right? Some people touch it, and now it, like screws their whole turn order, right?
Yeah,
Now they got
especially
their
like the
defense
AOE
breaker going at a
shenanigans.
weird time. They got their healer attack buffer going at a weird time. Their cleanser,
Yeah,
their
because
healer
no
at a
one's
weird
gonna
time.
touch. Like no one's gonna reckless. Or you know, yeah.
Right. But even if somebody AOEs you got that revenge, you got that chance. I get it. I like that.
Also, the Revenge Despair Sierra seems pretty legit right now. I gotta give it a try. It seems really.
Revenge
Despair,
Despair
interesting.
Sierra. That's interesting. So the AOE and the S1's all despair stun. That could be
you
a
know
Yeah,
one
just
thing that
the
I
one-
actually tried. It was Lauren on Revenge Despair.
what?
Doesn't work as good.
No, not Lauren.
No, it's Vile, dude.
Vile,
That thing on
man.
Vile
Vile
is
is
nuts. So, I
good.
mean,
Easy.
Swift to take first turn to set up, or the Vile, dude. It's just toxic, dude. That thing
Vile's so
always
good.
procs, dude. Always procs, dude. Every time you
Yeah,
want it
but
to know.
imagine if I get Revenge with I stun you and I decrease your attack bar.
Yo, you're going YOLO then. You're trying to all in, right? Like if
That's
I
just
if I
nice.
screw you with
But
a revenge,
make
I'm
Her
gonna
base
also
stats are
screw
too
you.
low.
You make her beefy to actually just sustain some attacks, and if like my opponents, they always get lucky. So if I get lucky like them, then maybe I can get that. But it doesn't work. I
True.
tried it. It doesn't work. It sucks.
But I think most of the times don't we typically see people running Lawrence as turn one, right? So they're typically always on Swift. So when you're going Despair, I mean it's only for the players that are going on Vile or Despair. That's their options. Because most people I've seen have all Swift Lawrence. I've seen all Swift Lawrence.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really have. I used to have mine on Violent, but like mine has to be on Swift now, just because there's
Setup,
too
right?
many. Yeah, you have to get her. She has to be in front of Hathor, like Thompson's saying, right? Hathor's your unit you're building around, and you have to build in front of a Hathor. So I don't have that many fast Violent runes to keep a Violent with Lauren, and also you lose the turn one potential, which is nice.
Yeah,
So-
that one's really big.
Yeah.
Especially for you guys that know that you guys can take turn one. That's quite nice. Right? All your
Yeah, we're-
Okiano sets and whatnot all just shoved onto Lauren now instead. Right? Lauren or Hathor. That's typically what people are putting on Swift, take turn one. But okay,
I don't like Hathor and Swift. I think Hathor and Swift is just not good.
I like it on
Maybe
Violent as
Tiana
well.
Cleave?
Yeah, Vile as well.
I like it, but it really depends on your rune quality and what you're trying to do, right? Everybody's like slightly different when it comes to that department.
It
If you're doing a
also
Swift
depends
Hathor, the
on your
people that have
monster
success
box.
run like the fast stripper. She's tuned right behind the Swift stripper, right? So
Yeah.
It also depends on your monster box as well. Yeah, like what Invictus said about that. Also, like if you have a Swift Gianna, like it makes sense to have like a Swift Hathor as well, right? Just to protect that extra whatever. Or
I think a Swift Ganny would be better to have instead of the Hathor.
that's true, but then you pick Gani Hathor, they're gonna ban one of them, right?
Yeah.
Also, imagine like you have a Young
What if
Hong.
you pick a Gianna?
What if you have Young Hong and you want Hathor to strip first? Then Young Hong could boost Hathor back up, and then sleep at least 2 targets. That's kind of cool too, right?
Dude, you can say Yunhong anything and it's a cool thing, dude. Yunhong anything is a cool
No,
thing.
you want
dude.
Yunhong-
It's
how
so
about Yunhong
stupid,
Mina?
dude.
Those
I
two
scratch
take
that.
like
No, you
4
want Young Hong to
turns.
go first. Never mind. Because she
but-
boosts attack bar for everybody.
Yeah,
Never
the
mind.
strip
I don't have
attack
Young
bar
Hong.
boost. What you want Yunhong
I
to
want
do,
one.
what she would do is she'll strip attack bar boost into a vial. Right? That's what she always does.
You know the nasty things Invictus could do with a Young Hong? Oh my god, his runes. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You know what he can do with
Please.
any SSS LD Nat 5? Any SSS LD Nat 5. What
True,
he could do.
true.
He could do a lot. That's why they don't give it to him. Okay.
Let me get another
That's
one.
not nice.
Let
I'm
me
just
get another
kidding,
one that
dude.
is
Okay, I hope you get a Moline, sir.
What do you guys
Hey,
call an
wait.
LD
I hope-
Okay, I hope you get
Hold
LD Nat 5. You can't.
Hey, I
Come
got
on.
a question. What do you guys call an LD abuser? Somebody that has 2
Multiple.
or 3 more, or just one that always?
Nah, multiple.
I call him Thompson.
Multiple.
I mean, I call him LD abuser. Sorry.
Right here.
So that's an LD abuser. Okay, so then I'm not an LD abuser. I feel good about my.
But you have Wedgeat, right? How's Wedgeat for you?
Wait,
Wedgeat
Wedgeat sucks for you because you don't play that comp, but Wedgeat's good. Wedgeat comp very solid, dude. I think it's
No,
very
it does
solid.
not. You get counted by a bull, but you get counted by anything that strips, and that's it. He only increases max is 30%, and you have to have buff.
You never try like a
Debuffs.
counter cleave with like Wedgeat and like Tyrannus, or does that just not work for you?
I've tried that. The only thing that works and is nice is Wedge of a Birthday because you get to go so many times. But if let's just say a proc just were to happen, that's it. You know, because it don't matter how good you have in control, he's always gonna have at least one turn. And if that right unit procs, it's game.
Yeah, you know what's toxic as well? The new change to violet sets. If you're running like a Wedgeat or with even just a Verd, you know that you're gonna be getting more turns because you're getting those procs, dude. They will happen, and you know those procs any time in the match is gonna be awesome. So it's really toxic, dude.
I don't know. I feel like you can make Wedgeat work with like your Gianna if you pair like Wedgeat with Gianna, then you have Daphnis, Tyrannus. I don't know.
No, I why would I bring a Gianna with Daphnis if they let both through and I use S3 on Gianna? Daphnis
Is there any implications of Wedgeat with Gianna to play the first turn game? Because you get an additional speed
Something else
with
other than
that,
Daphnis.
right? You get a speed
Another
with
control
that.
unit.
You get a speed, yeah, but again, this is not the meta for that. The meta is
That's
Bruiser.
true. True.
So what is the point of bringing that and being first turn if bruising it up in a proc is gonna change the whole game right there? Because that happened to me so many times.
Right? You know who would be good at that team? One of my favorite units right now, a Varad.
Yeah, scaling with the defense buff. There you go.
That thing would be nuts, dude.
Yeah, that would be nice. But
It would make your Varad comp that you did. What you tried copper, remember? I remember that you did copper and bulldozer. Yeah, that would be really fun. All right, boys and girls. I think that's all the time we got for the podcast today. Thank you guys so much for your time. I think we had some great discussions. It was a lot of fun. Chokamu, thanks for joining us for the first time, man. I don't think this will be the last time we'll have you here. Got to bring you in for those heated RTA discussions, right? To continue to improve as well. But if you guys are watching on YouTube, make sure you guys leave those comments down below. We always go through them. I go through them in specific every Monday. And dude, I've been noticing we get a ton of comments down there with some great ideas. So if you ever just want to like tickle your mind a little bit, go ahead and have a read down there. Yeah, there's some toxic stuff as well, so it's kind of fun to read. I don't know if you like that, but read it down there. There's some fun stuff, funny stuff, and I'm gonna put their links to all their Twitch streams because everybody here streams consistently except for the name right above me. But I'm gonna put their links.
Who's on top of you?
Invictus and top me. Don't worry, dude. It's not you.
Invictus. Yeah.
Anyways,
I'm disappointed.
Hope you guys enjoyed this podcast, and make sure you guys hit that like. I don't know if we'll get.
Whoa, I'm on top of you, you liar!
I just swapped it.
You lie.
I just swapped.
You lie.
All right, I'll see you
What
guys
makes you
on
lie?
the next live stream or video. See you guys later. Thanks, guys,
Bye.
for joining me on the podcast.
See you, Brian.
Bye,
Thanks for
guys.
having us.
See ya.
See you, boys.